Was not expecting that, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Ooh, I am at a loss of words. I'm also very tired. I was not expecting it to be like 2 hours, literally. Mac store is probably updated at this point. Yep. 15-inch Air. New Mac Studio. Wow. What an event. Oh my god. That was interesting, to say the least. That was interesting. Okay, sorry that I'm talking so slow. I'm just so tired from how long the event was. Okay, my brain is caught up now. Wow. Wow. That was that was something, to say the least. Yeah, there was someone talking about the Microsoft HoloLens in the chat earlier, and the funny thing is, I was clowning on him that it's $3,500, and guess what Apple does? $3,500. But I would argue that this has way more functionality than what Microsoft provided years ago. I think that's the problem, man. Or I think that's like the advantage Apple has. They don't. This is what I was gonna say when they were talking about macOS. First thing, as much as people clown on Apple, they really try not to put stuff out unless they perfected it. Yes, they have problems in the past with like their keyboards, the ports, and stuff like that, but eventually it gets to a point where things work out. Second thing, it actually seems like people at Apple use their own products and ask the questions, how could I make this better for not only myself, but everyone else? That was my problem with Google. I feel like people at Google don't use their own products. They're just making stuff for the sake of making stuff. Which is why I feel as though the Apple ecosystem is so much better than the Android ecosystem and Google's ecosystem. Because people at Apple use their own products. You can see them wearing it all the time. Like, yes, at Samsung events, Google events, they're wearing their own products. But I guarantee you they're slipping off that Pixel Watch for a Galaxy Watch. I guarantee you. That's why Apple's so good. They're like, imagine wearing the AirPod Pros as an Apple engineer, audio engineer, and just being like, huh, I wonder if I can make this adaptive. Let's do that. It's ideas like that that makes the product good. Anyway, that's honestly why I feel like Apple is at the top. Even though people say Apple's late to stuff, they don't do stuff until it's perfected, and the things that they do come out with that's original actually makes sense. Like, I remember when Samsung or like Google came out with the eye reading things, so like when you're reading, it automatically scrolls. And everyone at Android, it's like, oh, this is so amazing, this is so innovative. And then they just killed it because like they're just doing it for the sake of doing it, but like who's actually doing that? The headset though, I'm a little iffy on. Uh, I'm not buying the conferences and like doing video chat with other people. for like business use. Because at that point, dude, just take a laptop. If you get robbed, I'd rather have my laptop robbed than a $3,500 headset. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna reset it with my optical ID. That's gonna be impossible. Okay, let's do this. How do I make the chat black? And I don't mean that in a race. I just mean, how do I make it? Okay, I can do this. I make it gray. Do a little save. Okay, let's go through Apple's press release, as I always do. Everyone goes to Twitter. They're like, "Oh, this is where I get my news." No, 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 no. When a company announces a product, you always go to their press release forms, documents. Look at this stuff, man. Jeez. This is too. They announced too much stuff. Apple stock is going up and down. Do. Ho ho! It had a little dip. Little dip. Yeah, I mean, is Yahoo Finance live? I mean, once again, as much as people talk about how amazing the AR and VR experience is, I literally cannot buy how that is an easier experience than using the technologies we have now. Right? Like when, what's his name? Who's the CEO of Facebook? Who's a robot? Mark Zuckerberg. He's talking about, oh, we'll go in the metaverse and conversate. Why don't you just video call? Or why don't you just log into a virtual world on your computer and walk around and do something? Like, I don't understand the whole adding another thing to your face. I just feel like that's an extra layer. For one, you're pricing people out, and then on top of that, I don't know, it's just extra stuff on your face. Right? Like, I remember way back in the day, like, when did the PlayStation 3 was actually revolutionary when it came out? 2006? Like, the PlayStation whatever avatar world they had? Avatar world walking around. I forgot what it was called. PlayStation Home? PS3, PlayStation Home. I had a Xbox 360, so I didn't get to experience this. But like the PlayStation Home, oh my god, how many ads are we gonna get? Like Sony was doing this in 2006, dude. I was pretty young back then, but I remember vividly being like the PS3 was like a huge thing when it came out. But regardless, I just can't understand how putting on goggles is going to be a better experience. It's too pricey. I'll buy the Apple Vision Non-Pro when it comes out. Have you tried any headset before? Yeah, I mean it is good. It is nice. But in like day-to-day use, I just feel as though there's more friction between using your existing things versus putting on some type of goggles. Maybe, listen, maybe I just can't see the vision. We'll see in 2024. What if it's something you get used to? I mean, for sure you're gonna get used to it. There's no doubt. Remote work when you're not at your setup, having a headset can last you years instead of bringing monitors, cables, etc. I mean, would I bring my headset or? I mean, here's the thing. The reality is, if you are doing remote work, your laptop is coming with you no matter what. So it's like, I just, it's hard for me to buy it. And for someone who said it's a media consumption, that's an expensive media consumption device over like buying a TV, a surround system, and a laptop. And those three separate things have way more functionality and support than the goggles. I'm not trying to be like a Debbie Downer or like kill the vibe. I think it's gonna do. I think what Apple said is true. It's one of the best headsets ever produced. Period. I just, I just don't think so. Or K OLED TV that's 60 inches with actual proper surround sound is cost more than that. I do not think the AR goggles experience is going to be better than watching it on a TV and a surround system. The speakers alone, just in the headsets, are not going to compare to an actual surround speaker home theater system that you have. Maybe you can use your AirPods, AirPod Max, and have the experience be better. I mean, I'm just going to go back to what I said at the very beginning. This is just the AR and VR market is for very niche people. I'm I'm happy Apple took it in a new direction versus where like everyone right now is talking about, let's use this for business. Apple's making it kind of integrated in their own ecosystem. But the market for this is just so niche. Too niche. But if anyone can do it, it's Apple. I mean, their stock's going to go back up. I don't think Apple has anything. Almost $4 grand for a pair of glasses. Glasses with software. That's the important thing. If it was free, would I use it on a daily basis? Depending on how the experience is, possibly. If they I think that's the most important thing for me always. If the experience is nice, I can get behind it. I just hope it's not front heavy like the other VRs. I think they nailed the design. I don't think you can get a better design than that. In terms of like comfort, premium with the glass finish on the front, and then it has like that visor that kind of like lets you know that you have your whatever it's called, like you're actually in the VR, like you have stuff in front of you. I think they nailed that. Like in terms of design, Apple always knocks it out the park. Wow, 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 wow. This was the last thing they announced, and it's the first thing on the news. Apple Newsroom. Okay, let's start off from the top. AirPods getting an update. I mean, honestly, this is all just quality of life improvements in terms of like a software perspective. Adaptive audio. It's nice. Conversation awareness is also good too. Like when you start talking, it's gonna lower the volume. Because I always hate having to take out my earbuds and then talk to someone. I always like that from the Sony's, that when you start talking, everything just gets silent. Same thing with the Galaxy Buds too, I believe. Automatic switching. I mean, I guess switching is gonna be better. The mute feature is also nice too. I like that. Quality of life improvement. This is my favorite update though. tvOS getting FaceTime, like finally. Will it be illegal to use the Vision Pro while driving? I mean, for one, it should be illegal. Two, if you're wearing AR goggles while driving, you probably shouldn't be on the road. You are not only putting yourself at risk, but you're also putting other people's lives at risk as well. So whatever state I'm in, I hope you ban it for using it while you drive. Editing on VR, what's your take? I mean, I would just use my own monitor. I'll try it out, but I don't think the experience is going to be better than using my existing laptop. If I'm in a Tesla, okay, even if my car could drive itself, I still don't think it's smart to wear AR or VR. Okay, I'm not going to say VR because that's just completely out the window. I don't think AR goggles are a smart idea while driving. That just sounds like a recipe for disaster. FaceTime on Apple TV is nice though. I've been asking for this for forever. There's so many times I'm like laying on the couch and FaceTiming and I just want to like use the TV instead. Perfect. I don't have a MagSafe for my phone, so this is a bit of a problem. I'll have to makeshift one. What is this? Users can sing along. Okay, so there's karaoke. I thought this was always here with Apple Music. New control center. This is also a nice quality of life improvement. Much better. Vision Pro seems so antisocial. I mean, it was cool initially, but once you actually started to like watch what was going on, it actually felt kind of dystopian. Like when the daughter walked in and she was like, "Yo, what's up, mom?" I mean, she wasn't saying anything, but you know, it was like, "Hey, you know, I exist right here." I just feel like it's another layer of friction. I don't know. We actually live in the future. Yeah, the future is here. We read books on this in middle school and high school, and here we are. This is the thing that baffles me. Whenever Apple introduces new hardware form factors, people try to create imaginary scenarios where it trumps existing options. I mean, there's going to be people on both sides every time. I don't know what took them so long to add this feature. I'm sure my sister's going to love this wherever she finds her remote. It's probably dead at this point. Curated memories, personal libraries on the screensaver. That's nice. Dolby Vision 8.1? Sheesh. Enhanced dialogue. Wait, what? Which lets users more clearly hear what's being said over the effects, blah, blah, blah. Oh, paired with the HomePod. Gotcha. Apple Fitness Plus. That's nice. Third-party VPN support. Creates VPN access for Apple TV. Okay. Too bad all these streaming services know when you're using a VPN, so. Would you rather watch adult content on Vision Pro or a laptop where someone could walk in on you? I would, if those are my only two choices, I would choose the Vision Pro, but I probably would not be watching adult content anyway. I'm more excited for iOS 17, especially first iPhone. They really emphasize FaceTime, but with Vision Pro, no one will actually see you. There's no webcam. That's what I was saying. Like, when you're FaceTiming other people, like, how someone said it's an avatar, but like, I said, I'll buy the non-pro model. Scan your face and make a model. Okay. Okay. Okay, I can see that. All right, so that's Apple TV. I like the tvOS update. Apple announces security, yada, yada, yada. We all know this stuff is good. That's why some people buy Apple stuff. Check-in. I didn't really understand check-in. Check-in makes it easy for users to let friends and family members know they've reached their destination safely. Once turned on by the user, check-in automatically detects when the user has reached their intended destination and will let selected contacts know via messages. In the case that something unexpected happens while the user is on their way, check-in will recognize that the user is not making progress towards their declared destination and check in them. If they don't respond, the feature will share useful information like the user's precise location, battery level, cell service status, and the last time using the iPhone, with the contacts the user selected. In addition to making it easier to get help if needed, check-in is designed around privacy, yada, 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 end-to-end encryption, all that good stuff. Okay. 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 I can get behind this. Also, airdrop, that's a huge quality of life improvement. The fact that you can start airdrop and then walk away and then it just keeps on going, that's nice. Especially when you're at like events or like weddings and stuff, and you know there's one person with a nice camera and then they send the photos or the videos, and you know there are times where it's like super large. This eliminates that altogether. Live voicemail, cool. Transcribing what a person says. Nice. Optical ID was pretty dope. Yeah, optical ID was nice. I like that. macOS Sonoma. The stand on which they showed iPhone in mode, is that an accessory that Apple sell? What do you mean by the stand on which they showed Apple? Oh, you mean like the landscape mode for iOS where it has like the time and stuff? I think it just has to be MagSafe compatible. Actually, where is it? Let me go on iOS. Because I don't know. He said it has to be charging and in landscape. So I don't know if that just means you can start charging it, put it in landscape, and it'll work, or it has to be wirelessly charging in landscape. Standby mode. Yes, thank you. Let's read the good old documentation. This is awesome. If that's what the animation actually looks like, that's crazy. iOS 17 introduces standby, giving users a full screen experience. Blah blah blah. from a distance when the iPhone is on its side and charging. Okay, so yeah, you just have to plug it in or wirelessly charge it in landscape mode. Don't know if Apple sells this. I mean, there's plenty of MagSafe wireless chargers, not even wireless chargers, but like docking stations like this on Amazon. I'm sure Apple has one, but probably going to pay that Apple tax. Probably going to be a Belkin one too. This is dope. I like this. Check-in turns your iPhone into an AirTag. In a way, yeah. Making picking up girls' numbers smoother and more of a flex on the Android community. Wait, what? I think that joke went over my head. Alright, let's see what else is coming up on iOS 17. A lot of customization stuff. The stickers, cool, I guess. I'm happy for this. Although Android has had it for a while. I don't know if Samsung has this like translation. Maybe they do. I mean, I think Samsung is a Korean company, so I would assume that they would cater to like international brands or languages. This is nice, but I've already experienced this on Android. For people who have only been on iPhone, they're probably going to think this is amazing. Live voicemail, once again, kind of already experienced this on Android, but for first time iPhone users, this is going to be a cool update for them. Video messages through FaceTime. Nice, I guess.
Hey Grandma, check out your new grandson. Isn't he so cute? His name is Wilson. Look at his little ears. You should come to the barbecue this weekend and bring Coco so they can play. Oh, I gotta go. Love you, Grandma. Bye.
What can I say on that? I guess it makes sense. If his original intention was to FaceTime someone and they didn't pick up, then you just make a video message real quick. But I was gonna say, like, why doesn't he just send a video instead? But once again, if his intention was to send or to call through FaceTime and they didn't pick up, this would make sense. A fresh look and update to messages. Oh wait, hold up. I missed this. So wait, you can grab images from existing photos and put them as a sticker? Hey, that's a wrap. My friends are about to get memed on. Messages, check-in. We already talked about this. This is nice. Make sure people get there safe. Being US only is a huge disappointment. What happened to being inclusive? I mean, is the Vision Pro only available in the US? AirDrop, we already talked about this. This is... Thank you. Autocorrect and dictation. Nice, I guess. Standby, we talked about this. This is cool. This is also... nice always on display, even though you don't have it. Even if you don't have always on display, you still have the ability to see it. A new way to appreciate life's moment with journal. I was gonna say this, like, I remember back in the day, everyone was talking about how clean iOS is and how it doesn't have that many apps, and Android has like so much bloatware. But I feel like Apple's, like, when you get an iPhone, you have so many apps from the get-go, and I feel like this is like another thing added on top of it. I think it's a cool app. Right, like imagine you go somewhere and you're just like really busy all the time, and then Apple's smart enough, the AI is smart enough to say, hey, at this specific moment, I capture these images, you were listening to this song, do you want to write about it? Even if you don't want to write about it, it kind of takes you back to that specific moment where you can kind of like think on it, and you can be like, hey, yeah, maybe I'll write like a quick note or something. So that's cool. But I just, too many apps now. when you first get an iPhone. But I mean, it's nice that you can also delete the main app, so you don't need them anymore. Because I delete the mail app immediately when I get an iPhone. I don't use the mail app at all. Safari, love it or hate it. If love or hate Safari, using Safari on an Apple product is like the best web experience ever. Great, but I mean, if you want a lot of continuity between devices, just get Edge or Chrome. Passphrases, passkeys, health app is nice. Maps, adding offline maps is great. But I use Google Maps anyway. Apple Music, collaborative playlist, that's nice. iPhone doesn't get talked about till like September. That's the September event always. October? Pretty sure it's always September. AirPlay, that's also nice. Like the whole AirPlay when you're in CarPlay and people can just automatically get added to the list. Nice. Like that's what I'm just saying. Once again, like I feel like people at Apple actually use their products, think of how it could be better, and then actually create it. Like, come on, so smart. Offline map does not give you traffic indication though. That's fine. I feel like if you don't have service, chances are you're not. Chances are your traffic is the least of your concern if you don't have cell service. I mean, at least whenever I download offline maps, it's really just for like emergency purposes. Adaptive audio, yeah, we've talked about that. Conversational awareness, that's nice. Home app, view up to 30 days of activity. Nice. Reminders is great. Visual lookup is now available for paused video frame. Oh, okay. So that's what this thing was earlier, where they like picked up the cat and made it bigger. So you're able to like pick stuff out of photos now, rather than just people. Oh, let's see. Siri is just Siri. Photos. The People album uses on machine learning to recognize. Okay. Well, should we talk about Vision Pro or should we go to iPad OS? As I always say, Apple sells experience, Google and Android in general sells hardware. Can I agree with that statement? Here's what I'll say. I think Google, Android, and Apple sell experience. I just think execution-wise, Apple does it better. That's what I'll say. Because, I mean, the features in Android are nice. I'm not going to lie. Still debating if I should go back to Android or not. But I'm thinking it'll be Apple again. Talk about iPad OS, right? Where is the good old iPad? Okay, for the people that watch the stream, was it me or was watchOS 10 so boring? Oh my god. The new watch faces, I mean, this is cool, but I was so boring when they started talking about cycling. I was like, talk about any. But watchOS, we have quality of life improvements. Things look nicer. Peanuts, Snoopy. This is my lock screen or my watch face, 100%. I don't care what anyone says. When they started talking about cycling, I was like, so that's watchOS. iPadOS, it literally just felt like features from the iPhone are finally coming to iPadOS, and we have like live wallpapers. Right? We have live wallpapers, widgets on the home screen, This live action thing that was on iPhone is now on iPad. Customizable wallpapers, widgets. I mean, like I said, it's literally just iPhone stuff on the iPad. But I just scrolled to this PDFs. Adobe might be wraps for you on the iPad. This is a cool feature though. I do like this. Notes introduces new PDF experience. Am I reading? Starship knows I am reading. Here's what I was gonna say. Like, if you are in a school project, because I don't know if anyone has been to college in the US, but if you have, you will know there's a lot of people that have MacBooks and Apple products. Like, it is overwhelmingly Apple products. Maybe not so much in like the tech department, like computer science department. Most people probably have, you know, like Windows laptops and stuff. But generally speaking, the general population in colleges, most people have MacBooks and iPhones and stuff like that. So in terms of like collaboration, I don't know how this is going to compete against like Google Docs and stuff. Because like whenever I was in group projects, we would always use Google Docs because the collaborative is good. But if everyone in your group has an iPhone or if they're in the Apple ecosystem, why not? I would say this is a better experience than Google Docs. Is it not? Because you can just add so much more stuff. Do you think Apple will eventually copy all good App Store apps into their own, like they used the Duet display? Now it's built in, so in the future, most notably in Good Notes also integrated. Okay, I think I understand your question. So like, yeah, like that journal app they made is basically like day one, but better. So day one is kind of dead, I would say. Like there's no point of paying for, I think it's called One Day, right? One Day Mac OS. Or I should say iOS. Or is it day one? No, it's One Day. It's a journal app. The number one, it's literally like I don't want to say it's the best journal app, but I mean, I've used it, I've loved it. I don't use it anymore, but I feel as though this is just an implementation of One Day built into Apple. So yeah, I do feel like Apple's doing that. Not that it really matters because colleges always pay for Office Suite and it integrates with the college system better. That is true. Although if you're in my group, I'm telling you right now, do not send me a Word doc. You better send me a Google Doc. Although Microsoft has stepped up their game. Like objectively, with no bias, Microsoft has stepped up their game. I'm from India, and here they have very less iPhones. Oh, I was just in India. They just launched first 2 stores in India. I'm actually surprised it took that long to have an Apple store in India. Probably because Android is just supreme over there. Messages get more interactive with enhanced communication tools. Okay, this is on iPad OS, so I mean, it's basically what we saw on iPhone, iOS 16. Same thing with FaceTime, Safari, all that good stuff. Health app comes to iPad. That's nice. Freeform, Visual Spotlight, blah, blah, blah. And iPad OS is basically quality of life improvement. All right, let's go. Let's talk about stuff that I know about. Okay, let's leave off with Mac OS. Sonoma. Apple is crazy expensive in India due to taxes. Yeah, I remember talking to my friend and she was telling me like the reason why most of her family ask her to gift them iPhones is because it's cheaper to buy it here and ship it to India. So I guess it really is expensive. Okay, why is everyone talking about iOS 15? Oh, you know what? I need to bring the YouTube chat. My bad. Oh, this is the old properties. Drop this here. All right, so this is the YouTube chat. Be that. Although now it's taking up like half the screen. Okay, well, there you go. Why was I in India? I just went for fun. Move it to the left. Boom. Interactive widgets. I honestly did not know like this was a thing. Oh no, my bad. This is Mac OS. I thought this was still iPad OS. I think this is also another quality of life improvement for Mac OS. Having widgets on your home screen. Smarter video conferencing. This is also cool. And the fact that this is compatible with Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and everything. I mean, you're flexing at this point. I've been like, dang, this dude got the Mac. I'm like, this dude's running the latest Sonoma. If he crashes, we know why. He's a beta tester. Major updates to Safari. I still really don't understand the whole web app thing, but the profiles, also another nice quality of life improvement, although Chrome has had it for God knows how long, and Firefox. The screensavers for macOS now, finally. That's amazing. Games, I'm not buying it until you have a better selection. But guess what? There's gaming mode on macOS. Inline PDF, Siri. Wait, they didn't talk about web apps unless I missed it. Screensavers. They literally put one sentence in it. Safari also enables the creation of a web app that behaves like normal apps, putting users' favorite sites at their fingertips, providing a simplified toolbar for an app-like experience. I still don't understand. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it's like you're basically adding a bookmark. But when you open the bookmark, it's literally just that tab. Am I stupid? Or am I missing something? Does the standby mode work on iPhones without always on display? Yes. They do. This is probably why it's a one sentence in the press release. Because like when they were showing it off, I was like, okay. Hey, listen, if you want a web app, more power to you. I do like how it takes the fave icon of the site and puts it on your taskbar, but I mean, it's like, it's literally a bookmark, guys. Let's not kid ourselves. Health. What do they talk about here? That was cool. Mental health. Okay. Basically, you know, if you're depressed or not. This stuff only works. Listen, by the way, I'm not a licensed medical doctor or anything, but this questionnaire only works if you are truthful to yourself. If you're lying to yourself, this is basically useless to you. So if you do intend to use this, be truthful so it actually adds some insight to your life. Vision health. Hey, I need this. I'm staring at a computer all day. The new screen distance. Arm's length. Golly. That's so far. The iPad is at least like, my elbows is bent in. Okay. That's nice. All right, let's get into the goodies. Let's get into the, well, we're saving the vision for last, the best for last. Let's get into the goodies. M2 Ultra. M2 Ultra. Okay, honestly, there's not much to say about this other than it's basically 2 max chips combined. Woohoo. We've seen this before in the M1 Ultra. Listen, if you're using the M1 Pro, chances are you're good. You're good, because you have to go up 2 tiers above that to get the Ultra. If you're not using the Max, you're definitely not using the Ultra. This stuff is, I would say, you are doing some heavy work. Okay? So don't kid yourself. I guarantee you MKBHD has a M2 Ultra Mac Studio, 192 gigabytes of RAM. The max storage was probably 24 terabytes of storage. And he's good. I will never know what that's like, but hey. More money in Apple's pocket, right? Other thing, yeah. So with the M2 Ultra, it's in their Mac Studio now. It can power 6 XDR displays. If you have that much, I mean, money's definitely not an issue to you, and you probably, we're probably not friends. Because if you have this many monitors, my channel would be wildly successful. I would just buy the algorithm at that point. Design for pros, yeah, Mac Studio gets an upgrade, and now there is a Mac Studio, or Mac Pro. So, that's cool. PCI slots though, like if you could add a GPU in here, wraps. Better for the environment. Let me read this real quick. 100% recycled rare earth materials in all magnets, and 100% recycled gold plating and tin soldering, multiple printed circuit boards. Okay. True. I think this is probably the most important thing, and this is what I was trying to nail home in my Pixel review. Both use far less energy than desktops in their class and over 40% less than the Energy Star efficiency requirement. Do you guys, I mean, I don't really know what the Energy Star efficiency requirement is these days. I feel like that sticker slapped on everything. But efficiency is the way we are moving towards. Like, nobody cares about performance. I mean, to a degree, people care about performance, but it's price, or is it efficiency to performance? Performance to efficiency, one of the two. You basically need to like maximize both of those. Like, how much power can you squeeze out of 1 wattage? I think Apple's doing it the best. Now we have the 15-inch MacBook Air. Was not expecting this, especially the price. I'm glad they dropped the price as well. Dude, I'm trying to tell my friends, man, like, I know you hate Apple, I know you hate Mac OS, but MacBooks for the past couple of years have been the best selling laptops. So if you want to get a Windows laptop, know what you're getting yourselves into, because the MacBooks are going to run laps around it. Unless you're buying the laptop for gaming, just get yourself a MacBook. Which iPadOS features will be limited to the M1 and M2 iPads? I'm not exactly sure. I have to go back and check. The fact that this is 15 inches and it's this thin, that's crazy. It's the battery life, man. It's the battery life. I don't care what any Windows users, or not, I don't care what any window manufacturer says. If they tell me 8 hours of battery life, it's BS. Apple's the only one where I can confidently believe that the battery life is what they say it is. I don't know what it is with Windows, but like their chips are not efficient. AMD, Intel, you name it. Those things just burn through your battery like it's nothing as soon as you do anything. But yeah, basically just it was like the ad they had. It's just they pulled out the MacBook Air and made it bigger, so you're gonna have better speakers. I think you might have a bigger trackpad too. If you do, that's also nice. That's probably my favorite thing about the 16-inch, how big the trackpad is. For sure the trackpad's bigger. And now we have the new revolutionary Apple Vision Pro. Apple's first spatial computadora. No extra ports on the 15-inch? Nope, just 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, MagSafe, and a headphone jack. That's all you got. This was a lot. I mean, they keep saying 4K resolution, but I'm interested to see how sharp this thing actually is. I'm interested. Because if it's as sharp as they're saying, it's nice. It's just so dystopian when you think about it. It's gonna be a cultural shift. It's gonna be a cultural shift. Because, like, imagine I just walk into my son and he's literally just staring at the ceiling with these goggles on. I'm just gonna be like, hey, you know, you wanna do something, son? He's like, no, I'm good, Dad. I'm in Norway right now. Flying through the sky, and I'm like, alright. See ya, son. I'm exaggerating, by the way, but still, you get the point. Walking in on someone that's just sitting with these goggles is kind of depressing. Like, where was that? There was that one scene. Apple Vision Pro. No. Apple event 2023. Blah, blah, blah. This. Dang, no one got timestamps? I gotta find this myself. Are you crazy? It was when the daughter walked in. I think it was right here. Nope, it was definitely before this.
Hardware, enabling otherwise impossible experiences. And they've been captured.
Where the heck did the daughter walk in on?
Truly feels like in their laps. It is eyesight pro will.
Thank you, Melly420.
In action,
Keep it blazed up.
million. This moment, big in a moment, taken on your iPhone to watch.
It definitely was not this far. It was at the beginning.
And even cast shadows to help you understand.
I have to go through this like a normal person.
It
It was at the end? No way. No, it wasn't the ad itself. This. Like, imagine your daughter's walking in and you're just sitting on the couch.
Another foundational design.
And the worst thing is, there's no TV in this room. What is the daughter supposed to do? Hey mom, I'm in the living room, by the way. Do you see me? You didn't buy a TV because you spent all the money on your AR goggles that only one person could use. I'm exaggerating, by the way, but just I think they could have done this better in terms of the setup. But I get they're trying to have it be like, you don't need all this other stuff, just have our goggles. And then like when she walks in a frame, like just
when someone is nearby, they will appear in your view.
Hey mom, I have soccer practice in 5 minutes. You want to take me there, or are you still looking at chairs from Fern?
And Vision Pro will
exaggerating once again, but You see where I'm coming from. It's gonna be a cultural shift. I think it's awesome if everyone in the room has it, but if like one person has it, it's just like just take those off, bro. Like just join the party with the regular people in the room. How are you going to watch sports with other people on the Vision? I mean, hey. Like I said, if everyone had the goggles on, it'd be dope. Where did they show the sports thing? I think it was right here. God. The Apple ecosystem block is going to be crazy in 2030. I think it's crazy right now. Who just subscribed? Epic Play Toronto Transit Com? That has to be a bot. Appreciate the sub though. It's a first generation product, so obviously there's going to be a lot of reactions on the extreme side. Like, imagine talking to someone in your house with, like, if I had to talk to my mom through this, I'd have been like, listen, take the goggles off and talk to me, okay? Weirder scene for me was the one where the dad wore the glasses while his daughter blew the candles on her birthday cake. Was that the ad? What about the cooling system has 2 chips? I mean, it's the M2 chip, and the M2 is pretty efficient. I mean, I think it runs a little bit hotter than M1. And then there's the R1 chip. So, I mean, I think the M1 or the M2 chip isn't going to be doing like a bulk of the processing. Some stuff might be offloaded to R1. But I also think that what the goggles are doing is not going to be that intensive other than like video conferencing. Because I would say that's arguably the most CPU intensive thing you're going to be doing. Wait, I'm trying to see this birthday cake blowout. I don't remember that. Guys, look how much they talked about this for, by the way. Jesus. Y'all could have made this in a separate event. Jesus. This is cool. Every time they showed a landscape,
Panorama you've ever
I was
taken
like,
on
I'm
your
sold.
iPhone now expands and wraps
I'm
around
sold.
you life size.
Take me to this world. Oh, I think this is what he was talking about.
It's easy to capture a spatial photo or video with just the press of a button. And eyesight makes it clear to those around you when you are capturing one. You can capture a spatial video of a fun moment with your kids, to share it with your family, or to experience all over again.
There's no
for
way.
years to come. Spatial photos and videos.
Listen,
Gen
Gen
bring you
X,
closer.
or what is it, Gen Z? Hey, this is you guys. Listen, I'm a millennial. I'm sticking to the phone. And I'm coddling my child. That's my generation. Listen, I'm telling you, if you take this
Use
on
your
a plane
AirPods.
and you pull this out next to
Sit
me,
back and dial in an environment, and you can enjoy.
I swear to God, I'm gonna be like, hey, let me get a peek real quick. Let me get a peek at those goggles real quick. No, I just restarted the whole thing. No.
Space for whatever.
Wait, why is it taking so long to render now? I'm throwing them and the goggles off the plane. Okay, that might be a little too far. That might be a little too far. I would be interested on using it. I'd be like, so, what do you do for a living? Because $3,500 just for some goggles that Apple came out. You must have been like, you an investor or something? OnlyFans? Like, because I was just dropping $3,500 on some entertainment goggles. Let's be real. Yeah, the Disney presentation was good. It was really good. I liked that scene where you were like watching Mandalorian on the planet. The sports thing. Like, if you're by yourself, this is great. But socially, I don't think we should be using this.
You could be at the game.
Like, that's dope. I would do that 100%. This is cool, too.
Ways. Or in unbelievable.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I already know how my review is gonna go for this. I'm gonna put these on, and then like 5 seconds later, I'm gonna be like, "This is the greatest thing in the world. You guys have to buy this." I'm gonna put them on. I'm gonna be like, "Guys, listen. I take back everything I said. This is the future. You need this right now. This should be worth like $10,000. Apple's underselling this." Do you think that in 5 years you will go into the train or bus and everyone will have these things on their face like right now? No, I don't think so. No matter how cool these are, price is going to dictate what people are willing to buy. And if people are already like hesitant on buying $1,000 smartphones, buying this when a smartphone has way more functionality is going to be a harder barrier of entry for people. If I phrase that correctly. This is also cool. Like, come on now. I mean, I know this is I don't know if this is ever gonna happen, but
Weren't quite so.
bro, if Mickey popped out of a photo into my own world, I'd be screaming. 100%. This is also cool. Like the fact that this is real life.
Reality. It's more than a limb to pass.
Like imagine holding out your arm and the band actually attaches to your arm. I'm sold. I am sold.
It's a prism of endless possibilities, imperceptible to most.
The design is also nice. I love the design. They nailed the design. Are you gonna try this? Dude, $3,500. I need an Apple sales rep or press person, their sales team. Listen, if you're watching, send me a DM. I know I joke around with no sponsor, but this is too much. This is too much, man. I need this for like a week, please. Dude, 35. If I buy these, everyone who is in the Apple ecosystem is going to immediately be my friend. They're going to start talking to me. I'm going to post one video. They're going to be like, "Hey, so I saw your video on Apple Vision. How is it?" Question mark. It's going to be like, "All right. What do you want? Do you want to use them?" I'll listen. I could charge people. Actually, no, I can't do that. That's capitalism at its finest. I can't charge people to use this. This is a lot of tech, though. Business expense write-off, since you can use it as a computer to do work. I'm sure most YouTubers who don't get them for free write-off as taxes. But the thing is, do I want to write this off as a tax write-off? I would rather just not buy it at all and buy something else for $3,500. Holy moly, that's a lot of money, man. Google next year at I/O unveiling their half-baked overheating version. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll have a cardboard too. That's a lot of money, man. To be honest, it's the same price as most high-end TVs and it offers the same and even more functionality. I don't know. I mean, yes, there is no TV that's like 150 inches wide. I don't even know how you can even watch something that big though. Like, in terms like the THX viewing distance, you would have to be pretty far. Like, you would have to zoom that thing out in order to get the full capture of the 150 or 150, whatever they're trying to sell you on. Yeah, the price itself is just a barrier for a lot of people. The only people who are going to buy this are Apple YouTube channels and people who really love Apple products and just tech enthusiasts in general. And that might sound like a lot, but trust me, that is a very minute portion of the general population. I'd probably say less than 5,000, if I'm gonna be honest. And it's US only? Let's half that, 2,500. Lay on your bed and watch on the ceiling? That's true. The thing is, I want to make a video out of this. I want to buy it, but I don't want to use it. I want to give it to someone else who's like not super techie and get their first impressions. I think that's how Apple can sell it. And then I'm going to tell them the price and they're going to be like, nah, I'm good. I'll just hop on Discord and on video call. What's the battery life? I think they said 2 hours. When it's not attached to the battery thing. Which I guess it could be a good or bad thing. Because it may be after 2 hours you should probably do something else. This is an interesting product though. Interesting product. The other thing that is not exactly great for productivity because it's going to limit what you perceive in the real world around you while you're working. I think it's you're gonna have to wait to use it to see how it can work. But I would say like for like my usability, if I'm putting on the goggles, I'm either A, going to focus on work, or B, just use it for entertainment. Probably not going to do both. And I really don't know, like, the ad for the woman being in the living room, I think is just such a weird... I get it for the lighting and stuff, but like, I don't think this should be used in like public areas in the house. You should just like use this in a room or like an office or something. Flight simulator might be crazy. Yeah, that's true. Flight simulator would be nice. As someone who uses VR headsets a lot, I feel like it still needs controllers. We'll see how the technology evolves over the next decade because... Hey, the iPhone, when it first came out, was quote-unquote revolutionary, but looking back on it, that phone, honestly, it still held up pretty well. But, you know, as years went on, it did get better. Think about all the memories you can relive with past videos or pictures of past family members or people being sick that can't walk around. That is true. That is true. People might accuse you of taking a video of them without their consent. Isn't that legal though? Except for like in certain states, which are probably not that many. But like if you're in a public area, you're free to take photos. Like I don't think the police can arrest you for that legally. Unless, I don't know. I think there are some states where you're not allowed to do that, but I think most states here in the US, public areas is free game. Although if you take this out in public, I don't want to say you're gonna get clowned on, but you're going to get a lot of looks. If anything, you might get a lot of questions too. I would probably go up to them and start asking questions like, yo, what's it like? Is it worth it? That would be my first question. Like, is it worth it? Also, it gives off the signal when recording or taking pictures. Smart by Apple. In public areas, you can take pics of anything except kids. Makes sense, makes sense. Huh. What is the weight? Let's actually go to the Apple store. Can you buy it yet? Or did they just say, hey, we have this product coming out early next year? I wonder if they have it listed. Hello, press contacts. These are the people I need to reach out to get that juicy free product. Apple is so hard to get in touch with. Oh, here we go. This might be it. I mean, this is dope. Will my kid have this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm gonna be like, Dad, let me play with the goggles. I'm like, nope, these are my goggles. Go outside or something. Go play on your iPad. This is a big boy purchase. This is such a cool design, though. It's growing on me, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's growing on me. It's growing on me. It's grow. Hey, all right. I'm sold. Sold. I want it. I'm pre-ordering. I'm pre-ordering. Ugh, it's so clean. I can't lie. I don't think they have any information on the actual. You learn about design. Yeah, I don't think they have like the tech specs. God, this is clean though, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. I want this. Hey yo, notify me, please. Notify me, please. Someone said pull up Meta 3. I have no idea about what's going on with Apple or Facebook. What the heck? Do they not have a website? Facebook? Whatever you want to call yourselves, meta.com? Okay, this is hideous. This looks like a spider on your face. The controllers look cool. Let me watch this video.
Bump it up another level. Like only you can
I will say the white does look good.
level. Like only you can do. Switch it up. Switch it up. Switch it up like. Switch it up like. Switch it up like. Switch it up. Switch it up like. Switch it up like. Switch it up like. Switch it up. Switch it up like. Switch it up like. Make it.
Sorry, I forgot I'm on YouTube and I'm not trying to get copyright struck. I'm out here jamming to the music. The thing is with the Meta, it's just two different products. Like this is just like, I don't want to say gaming only because there are like development tools where you can like build your own apps and do other stuff. But I feel like the market for the Quest audience is mainly for gaming. Whereas like Apple is trying to say like it's its own OS that can do its own thing. And like once it gets built out enough, it's going to integrate with the rest of the Apple ecosystem, only making it a more compelling product. That's how I see it. How much is this? $500. That's a... Count me in. I'm officially an AR VR channel. AKA I am going broke. If you don't see me post after the Apple Vision drops, it's because I went bankrupt. You can buy 7 of them. It's not bad. Not bad. All right, guys. Well, I am going to go back to work. Probably work till like 8 p.m. now because I've been spending a lot of time on here. But it was fun. We always do this. I always try to have the stream itself and then an after party. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it. Maybe I'll do Apple events or Google events, Microsoft events. What the heck, man? Like, they got Unity on here. Optic ID, that's crazy. That's even better. Because, like, if my kid tries to pick this up, sorry, ID not recognized. Loser. Then I'm just going to yank it off my son's face and be like, go outside. Optic ID accepted. Welcome. Hey, good implementation, Apple. You thought of me in the future. Who needs rent when you can live in the Reality Pro world? Exactly. I say give it a couple years. Give it a couple years. I think Apple can execute this well if they just take their time. 5,000 patents though?
5,000
like, what are y'all doing? Y'all are
patents.
really trying to make sure no one can copy you. That's a lot of patents. That's a lot of technology and a lot of design. What the heck?
It's like this.
If they have this in the Apple Store, I'm going. I'm there till open to close. If someone else is like, hey, can I use this? I'm gonna be like, nope. You can come back tomorrow.
Huge day.
Let's listen closely to what Tim says at the very end of this presentation.
We introduced the all-new 15-inch MacBook Air,
Amen.
the world's best 15-inch notebook,
Amen.
as well as the 2 most powerful Macs we've ever made,
Amen.
Mac Studio and Mac Pro,
Amen.
all of them powered by Apple Silicon. And we showed you where we're taking our amazing software platforms, iOS, iPadOS, macOS, watchOS, and the software that powers home and audio. And of course, we announced Apple Vision Pro. There are certain products that shift the way we look at technology and the role it plays in our lives.
I can't quote what he just said because that's too many sentences.
That shift the way we look at technology and the role it plays in our
Shift the way we look at technology. That's the important thing you should take away.
lives. We believe Apple Vision Pro is a revolutionary product with the performance, immersion, and capability that only Apple can deliver. Apple Vision Pro, together with Vision OS, introduces an entirely new spatial computing platform. A platform that presents incredible possibilities for our users and exciting new opportunities for our developers. And this is just the beginning. We've made an ad for Apple Vision Pro.
I'm not watching your ad, but thanks, Tim. We appreciate you. Well, guys, it was fun. Best of luck to Apple. Hopefully they do well. Chat, it's been great. I will miss you. I just realized I'm only showing the top chat. But hey, appreciate everyone who subbed. Shout out to the sponsor, No One. You guys are the best. Videos will be coming out. I do have to go in the office next couple days, so there might not be many videos, but I'll try to have the 15-inch. I will also try to have iOS 17 videos, maybe even macOS Samoa, Sonoma, whatever, macOS with 2 S's. Try to give you guys like an insight on what's going on, but here's the bet. If I get 100,000 subs, I will buy the Vision Pro and I won't do a tax write-off. I will buy it with my own personal money. Therefore, I'm no longer going to post for the rest of the year. I'm just kidding. Anyway, appreciate all the support, guys, and see you in the next one. Also, I stream on Twitch occasionally, so if you want to see me there, you can. But yeah, have a good day. Apple out.